keeping receipts, all of those sorts of things. And they make two pretty significant mistakes. They hire the wrong people as advisors, and they trust them way too much. We also read a more recent article, just earlier this year, from Fox Business, and that quote is something that I think Caralee and I are a little bit more in agreement of, and that is that NFL players make the same kind of mistakes as ordinary people. They live beyond their means, they become victims of Ponzi schemes, and they make risky investments. So we're going to go on today to give you a few more letters of recommendation, I'll call them.
I have the letters B and Q. And B is that word, budget. One of the reasons for these financial meltdowns of NFL families is simply that they spend too much money. So the question is, how much money do you spend? Where does your money go? You need to know where it goes before you can come up with a budget for where it ought to go. Now the Q is for Quicken, and Quicken is some financial software that's very easy to use that I recommend to clients to help them answer these questions.
The next letters I have are C, F, and P. What it stands for us is Comprehensive Financial Plan. One of the things that we often say when we're doing planning is that you need to plan for what you can't predict.
G, the letter G. G is for goals, and financial goals need to have specific amounts and specific dates. For example, you want to have an income of $150,000 when you both turn 66. That's a financial goal and the basis of a comprehensive financial plan.
D is for diversification, and U is the umbrella story. Diversification isn't about achieving the highest rate of return. What it really does is it gives you the opportunity to have the most predictable rate of return, because you never know which one is going to be the highest performer or which one is going to be the lowest performer. So you want a mix of all of them at all times.
Next is the letter E, and E is for education. Now a number that I want you to write down under E is 529. 529, if you're not familiar with it, is a fairly new type of college education planning vehicle, and you should know about that.
H stands for houses, M for mortgages. Buying a house or houses is probably one of the most important financial decisions that most people make. When we're doing retirement planning, we recommend ultimately the goal to be that you don't have a mortgage by the time you're retired. It's a significant expense. If you have $1 million mortgage and you just make your regular mortgage payments, by the time your mortgage is paid off, you've ended up paying an additional $1 million in interest. That's $2 million for the $1 million home, not to mention the upkeep and all of the other maintenance that goes along with that.
I have the letters R and I, and R, of course, is for risk, as in there is no such thing as no risk. And that goes along with, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
J for just say no. How you handle all these new people who come into your lives in search of different things. A lot of people tend to even to kind of stretch the definition of friends and family and things they want you to be involved in. It's important to be able to just say no.
And I think we've run out of time. We couldn't think of, no, we couldn't think of anything for X, Y, or Z. And thank you very much for having us come.